What's going on, everybody? I'm your host, Ben Valiant, back with another episode of the Sports Pod. Today, we've got a lot to talk about. The Knicks beat them Orlando Magic. Play the song. Go, New York, go, New York, go. We're back. OG Anunoby's almost back. I also want to get into some MLB. Mookie Betts is a shortstop now? What? The NBA? Who's going to come out on top of the West? Who's going to be in the play-in in the East? And then I also wanted to get into some NFL. There's so many safeties on the market. The Giants definitely need one, and they don't need to pay a running back because there is the draft. And as we know, you can just get a running back from the draft. I'll get into all of it on the other side of the intro. Hit it.
Bang! Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. LeBron James.
That ball is out of here! Out of here!
Before I get into the episode, I have a big announcement to make. I will be posting every Wednesday and Saturday at 5 p.m. Mark your calendars. Every single Saturday, every single Wednesday at 5 o'clock. Let me know if you like this change in the comments below. Alright, now let's get into the episode. Starting off in LA with them Los Angeles Dodgers. Dave Roberts made a move that I don't know about it. He's moving Mookie Betts from right field, second base to shortstop. Why? You have a really good roster, a really good lineup, and if it gets messed up because of Mookie Betts isn't producing in the field and that carries over into the batter's box, the Dodgers are going to get killed. Not on the field, but by people. And if they're not winning as many games as people thought, they're going to get fried by everybody. They are not going to survive. I think Dave Roberts should have just came in here, let everybody play the role that they were supposed to. This team is really well constructed. And I think if everybody just did what they were supposed to, they would have been in really good shape. But that's not how it's going right now. And he did say the move is permanent. He's not just like testing it out or anything. So I don't like the move personally. But if there's anybody that's going to do it and do it well, it's Mookie Betts. He's probably the best athlete in the MLB. Fanatics did a video asking MLB players who the best all-around player was, and the majority said Mookie Betts. So I think that gives the Dodgers something to be some reason to be confident in this move. But personally, I don't like it. I think they just should have just let everybody play their role. Let Shohei hit homers, let Yamamoto pitch, let him strike out a bunch of guys, let Tyler Glasnow pitch well. And for Gavin Lux, too, like he's a good shortstop. I don't know why why they would move him out of his natural position when it's also Mookie who they're moving out of his natural position. It just doesn't make sense to me. But we'll see. I don't know. I think the Dodgers are going to be fine either way. They're going to win at least 90 games. And if they win less than 90 games, if they win less than 93 games, I think people are going to be laughing at them because they definitely have the talent to win 100 games easily. Spending $1 billion, and that's the thing. It doesn't matter that they spent $1 billion because that Asian part of the world, that the baseball community there is huge, and if they see that the Dodgers have two of those people, a lot of them are going to be Dodgers fans. They're going to buy their jerseys. They're going to go to games. They're going to go to the Dodgers game in Korea. So I don't know. I think the Dodgers will be fine even if this deal they don't win a lot of if they don't win any championships from it. Like from a financial standpoint, they're gonna get fingers pointed. Like they're gonna get laughed at. They have arguably the greatest player to ever touch a baseball in Shohei Ohtani. and they can't put it together. And it's not just Ohtani. They have probably the fourth, one of the top 10 player in Mookie Betts. They've got a top hitter in Freddie Freeman. They've got multiple top pitchers in Shohei, in Yamamoto, if he's what we think he is, in Tyler Glasnow. So their roster, they need to win at least 100 games, without a doubt. All right, going from LA, we're gonna get on plane. Ooh, we're gonna fly to Cincinnati, and we're gonna learn that Noelvi Marte got suspended for 80 games for steroid use. 17th ranked prospect in Major League Baseball, and he got suspended for using steroids. I don't know. It sucks, but that's what happened. And I mean, for the Reds, it's a terrible look because you traded. He was the main piece of the Luis Castillo trade. A couple of years back at that deadline when the Reds traded him to the Mariners. And from a Yankees standpoint, they made out great with that deal, because people were saying that Castillo, well, never mind, because I was gonna say they would have had Noelvi Marte, but Marte came from the Mariners. The Yankees didn't have Marte. But with the Reds, it's a terrible look. You traded your ace, you gave him up. You don't have a lot of pitching. You're not a good team. And then this young prospect that's supposed to come and save your franchise gets busted for steroids after only playing a month or two. And producing a lot in that month or two. He hit only 3 homers, but he had a 316 average after getting called up on August 19th of 2023. It's a really bad. It's not a good look for the Dodgers at all, or not the Reds at all, and not a good look for Marte. I think he's related to Ketel Marte of the Diamondbacks. But yeah, and wow, Jerry Jeudy got traded. Jerry Jeudy to the Browns. Let's see what it's for. For a 2024, a couple 2024 picks. Let's see, what round are they? 2 draft picks. It'll be Jerry Jeudy got traded. What draft picks are they? I think it's 3rd and 4th. Let's see. That's a big trade. Jerry Jeudy's one of the top receivers in the league. And he's gone now. Heading to Cleveland. Agreed to deal according to Adam Schefter. Denver will receive a 2024 5th and 6th round pick. So you trade for Jerry Jeudy, pair him up with Amari Cooper. That's a huge trade for Kevin Stefanski, Deshaun Watson, and that Cleveland Brown offense. Yeah, I think he'll fit in well there. More another person for Deshaun to throw the ball to. David Njoku, their tight end. Nick Chubb, he should be coming back. The Browns had a lot of injuries this year. Deshaun Watson was out for the year. Nick Chubb got injured week 1. And those are their 2 best players, so. I mean, you did have Joe Flacco, who came in and just dominated off of his couch, which that was insane, but I don't think that'll ever be replicated again. I'll get into that trade a little bit more later in the episode because we are going to talk some football. But yeah, it's a big trade. What was I talking about? Noelvi Marte. I think he's still going to be good. He's missing half the season, but he did have a chance to come up and be a real contributor for the Reds this year. They are not a great team in any means. They're going to be outside of they're not even going to be a wild card team. And Marte could have really helped them out this year. That sucks. And going from a Red, that's going to be a Red for coming up now, to a former Red, and getting back on that plane and traveling way up north to Canada and Toronto, where Joey Votto signed a non-roster invite, and he's only 25 hits away from beating Larry Walker's record for Canadian hits. That's huge. And he's going to do it in his hometown Toronto Blue Jay uniform. That's a big deal. I thought that I was thinking that the Blue Jays were the team to sign him. Some people were saying the Yankees should sign him. They caught lightning in a bottle with Matt Carpenter when he seemed washed a couple of years ago. Maybe this could have been the same kind of thing. But nope, he's going up to Toronto. He's going to pair up with Vlad Jr., probably teach him a little bit. Maybe get Alek Manoah, help Alek Manoah out. Because he's not going to provide a ton on the field, but off the field and in the clubhouse, I think he's a good clubhouse guy. So that's a pretty. I think it's a pretty good deal for both sides. Joey Votto, he was just looking for any team to that would take him, and now he's getting to sign with his hometown team, and probably will beat that record. Get 25 hits this year. So Joey Votto back to Toronto. And then the last thing I want to talk about for baseball, traveling back to the Queens, New York. Who is going to be the opening day starter now that Kodai Senga went down? First off, with Senga, it's an unfortunate situation because that could happen to anyone. It was just normal throwing. It wasn't anything crazy. It sucks because it happened when he was putting extra work in. Not during team practice. It was after practice he was throwing. But he's down. He'll be down till around June. Just need to stay afloat. I've said it before. Just need to stay within 5 to 7 games of that wild card spot when Kodai gets back. But who's going to start on opening day and try to keep this Mets team afloat? My pick, Jose Quintana. He's been a Met for over a year now. This is going to be his second season as a Met. He wasn't the greatest last year, but he showed some flashes. And the other option is Luis Severino. He's coming off the worst year of his career. He's on a new team, just coming to New York. He has to prove himself to me before he gets a chance to start on opening day. Or you could throw Tyler McGill out there opening day like you did a couple years ago in Washington, the year we won 101 games. That's not happening, though. Sean Manaea might be another option. I wouldn't mind that. He looks like a whole different person. Again, he didn't have the greatest 2023, but he showed that he's capable of being a really good pitcher. So I don't know. All right, getting to some football. Traveling from the Queens, New York, over to the Meadowlands and MetLife Stadium, where the New York Giants play. The Giants chose not to tag Xavier McKinney the other day at the franchise tag deadline. And McKinney he's tremendous for us. He played 100% of the snaps. He's 27 years old, and he's the leader of our defense. Him and Kayvon Thibodeau and Dexter Lawrence. But they chose not to tag him. And I don't know if we re-sign him, honestly. He's really good for us. He's provided a lot for us. But there's just so many safeties that are available in the free agency that are going to be free agents this year. Tre'Davious White, Jordan Poyer, Jamal Adams, Justin Simmons. Just big-name guys that the Giants could definitely go pick up. We have $30+ million in cap space to spend. That is a ton of money. And we do not need to sign a running back. We can take one in the late rounds of the draft. It doesn't matter. I know if we're gonna take a quarterback and a veteran running back would help a young quarterback, but Daniel Jones is gonna be the starter for this team week 1. He's probably gonna play the whole season, and then the Giants are gonna opt out of his deal and let the young guy take over. But if he's learning for a year, I think we'll be fine. And the running back will be a little bit more experienced also. But we'll see. I think signing one of those safeties is the option. And if you do, Xavier McKinney's a free agent also. He's another guy in that tier where you could go sign him and he'll bring him back. And I don't think anybody would be opposed to that. McKinney's a really good player. And I think he's loved by the fans. People like him. He's liked in the locker room. So I think McKinney might be the guy that I would want, but there's just some big names out there where they might not be as available as McKinney, but they'll be a little bit better as McKinney. And then the other thing two more things I want to talk about for football actually. Russell Wilson, he met with the Giants the other day, more of an exploratory meeting with Daboll and Shane. But I wouldn't mind bringing him to New York, and then not drafting a quarterback. He's established. He's proven that he can do it. He's won a Super Bowl. He's won an MVP. Does he have a Super Bowl? I know he threw the interception on the goal line. Yeah, he has one. I don't know what I'm thinking. I trust my gut. But yeah, I don't mind Russell Wilson. And then drafting like a Spencer Rattler, because the more competition, the better. In training camp. Actually, still two more things. I forgot about the Jerry Jeudy trade. Yeah, I think that's really gonna help the Bears. The Browns. Getting Jerry Jeudy, he's a proven wide receiver. He played with Russ last year. He knows what it's like to have a really good quarterback. Him and Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson are both probably equal. Right now, Deshaun Watson's probably a little bit better than Russ, but Jerry Jeudy, he's gonna get another opportunity to play with a really good quarterback. And I like Kevin Stefanski as a coach, so he'll get to play with another really good coach. Not Nathaniel Hackett in Denver, Sean Payton. All right, the last thing I want to talk about with the football, Deontay Johnson. Where is he gonna end up? The Steelers said that they're open to trading him, and they've explored that a little bit. I could see the Jets trading for him. I could see the Giants trading for him. The Jets already have a solid receiving room with Garrett Wilson leading the charge. But you never know in the NFL. You might need somebody might get injured. Like the Jets just saw it firsthand this year. That you need a lot of backup, and I don't know. I guess we'll see, because I don't know. And the Steelers are another team that's met with Russell Wilson. I think he would fit their mentor Kenny Pickett. I'm a big fan of Kenny Pickett. I think he could still get it done. He deserves another chance. He just needs to sit and learn from a vet like Russ for a year or two. All right, getting to some NBA. Let's get it out west and start with the top 4 seeds in the West. What do I think is going to happen? These top 4 seeds are all separated only by a couple games. It is so tight in the West right now. It is so tight in the East right now. I think more in the West. The top 4 seeds are separated by 3 games. 3 games. And the Clippers, I think the Clippers are the 4 seed, 3 games back. I think they have the best chance at a number 1 seed. Now hear me out. Russell Westbrook and James Harden have worked well together. Kawhi Leonard has um has has stepped up on defense as he always has. He's a defensive player. Paul George knocking down threes, doing what he does. This Clippers team looks dangerous, and even if they're not the top seed, they're going to be the 2 or the 3. I think the Timberwolves fall off. They lose a ton of three-point shooting with Karl Anthony Towns going down for a month. He should be back before the playoffs start, but man, that's going to be a big loss for them. There have been videos surfacing of Rudy Gobert shooting threes in warm-ups. People have gotten mad saying he's not a three-point shooter, but he might have to shoot some. Honestly, that wouldn't surprise me if Rudy Gobert started shooting a couple threes a game, because he might have to because you're losing a ton of points per game without Karl Anthony Towns. Cat right now, he's second. He's averaging 22 points a game. That's second on the team. And Rudy Gobert is averaging 13. That's going to have to go up a lot. And rebounds, let's see. Rudy's averaging the most, and Cat is 4 behind. So Rudy's going to have to step up, and Naz Reid is going to have to step up. The GOAT, Naz Reid. Yes, I don't know. I think the Timberwolves fall off. They're definitely in danger. And the way that the West is right now, they can even be like a 5 or a 6 seed if they go on a losing streak. Like with the East, if the Celtics lose 6 out of 7 or 5 out of 8 or something like that, they're still going to be 7-8 games ahead of the next team, which is looking like it's going to be the Cavs. The Magic, but getting back to the West, the Nuggets, I think they'll be fine. Nikola Jokic is just that good. It doesn't matter what seed they are, they just need to be in. And it doesn't matter if they have home court, although that'd be nice. But with the Nuggets, they just have to get into the playoffs and they'll be okay. And then with the Thunder, I think they stay. I can't see them staying at the 1 seed. But I could see them as a 2 or a 3, 100%. And then being a first or second round exit. And yeah, the Thunder, I don't think they're like that. They don't have enough. And then that's just so my prediction right now. Number 1 seed, I'm going with the Clippers. I get they're 3 games behind, but they've been dangerous. Number 2, I've got the Thunder. I get they don't have a veteran presence, right? They're playing free, they're having fun. But then in the playoffs, it's not going to be the same. And then number 3, you got the wait, what was it? It was Clippers 1, Thunders 2. Yeah, number 3, you got the Nuggets. I just think they're a little bit more. They're just not as dominant as they were last year. But once playoff time comes around, they're gonna be the team that shows the Thunder that they're not that good and they don't have what it takes to win a championship yet. All right, let's get to you want to stay in the West or go to the East? Let's do the West. The 6th through the 10. The Suns are the 6th seed, and the Warriors are the back end of the play-in tournament at the 10th seed. And I mean, starting with the 9 and 10 seed, the Warriors and the Lakers, they just need to get into the playoffs. Because Curry and Bron are two top 10 players of all time. They're going to be fine if they get in, and they have a chance of knocking off anybody on any given game. And I think I'm confident in them winning at least one, maybe two series. Like the Lakers last year, they were not supposed to be like they were. They were not supposed to get as far as they did, but LeBron is LeBron. He's arguably the GOAT. I still think he's second all time, but if you can hear the dog barking, I can't really control that. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness, she's still going. But saying like with the Warriors and Lakers, the thing is they're gonna be around. They're gonna stick around. The Warriors haven't looked anywhere near as good as they have in the past this year, but they're gonna be good come playoff time. And then the Mavs, I think they'll get in, but they're not gonna do anything if they don't have help for Luka and Kyrie. Like their third best player is either Maxi Kleber or Tim Hardaway Jr. How? That doesn't make any sense to me. You have two generational talents. Arguably the best ball handler, in my opinion, he is. And Luka is just a wizard. He knows he can do anything. A magician with the ball. But if they don't have help and they don't have a real big man, they're not going to go anywhere. All right, the Sacramento Kings, they're around. They're okay. They didn't have any All-Stars this year. People were saying they got snubbed. I agree. I think at least De'Aaron Fox or Domantas Sabonis should. Probably Sabonis, just because of his triple doubles and everything. But yeah, I think they'll be around. They'll be a playing team. They might make it into the playoffs. Probably not. They're still young. They're still an exciting team to watch. But when it's a win or go home game, they showed us last year, Game 7 against the Warriors, that they are not going to do it. And I know De'Aaron Fox is really clutch, but they're just not. They're just not built like that. All right, the Phoenix Suns, last team. I want to talk a little bit more about them because they are in the playoffs right now. But Devin Booker has gone down with an ankle injury. He's missed his last 3 games. Right? Seems devastating to the Suns, right? Hold up. There's this guy named. What's his name? What's his name again? Oh, yeah. Grayson Allen. Show us who you are, Grayson Allen. He's shooting 55% from 3 over the last week. He's stepped up so huge for the Suns. He's really been the biggest factor that's keeping them out of the play-in tournament without Devin Booker right now. And his 3-point shooting, it's really good. He's always been a good spot-up 3-point shooter. But this he's taken it to a whole new level of like what he can do. And I don't know. I think Kevin Durant's still shooting at an incredibly high percent from 3 this year. And Grayson Allen's shooting that well. It's just adding to it. Bradley Beal's playing now. They've had a lot of injuries also, the Suns. And I don't know. All right, now getting to the East, I want to talk about the 4th seed through the 8th seed because they're all separated by 2.5 games, which is not that much at all. It's basically nothing. And for me, I think the Sixers and the Magic are the 2 teams that have to stay out of the play-in the most. Because the Sixers, who knows what Joel Embiid is going to be? He's going to be on a minute restriction if they have to play in the play-in tournament. And we know and that might help them, honestly. He's a choke artist in the playoffs. But with the Magic, they're a super young team, just like the Thunder. They're the East equivalent to me. Super young, no veterans. Paolo Banchero is their best player. And I'm not disrespecting Paolo in any way, shape, or form. I'm a big Paolo guy, but he's in his second season. This is going to be his first playoff experience. He's not going to be able to lead a team to good to good results in the playoffs. All right, now talking about my New York Knicks, because they swept the floor with them Orlando Magic last night. Orlando Magic, hey. That song's actually fire though. I can't even disrespect it. Josh Hart was talking about it in the post game yesterday, singing it, saying it was good. But 74-point performance. That's all the Magic scored last night. The best Knick defensive performance since 2012. And you know what the best part about it is? We didn't have our defensive stopper, OG Anunoby. And you know what the best part about that is? He's coming back within a week. We're back, Knicks country. We're back, NBA. Did you miss OG Anunoby? Did you miss the Knicks terrorizing the league in January? Did you miss it? Because it's back. And now it's almost playoff time. We're going to be playing our best ball in the best time of the year. When it really matters. Precious Achua. A throw in that IQ deal. He's been huge. 15 points, 14 boards last night. 4 blocks, plus 25. Precious Achua is him. He's that guy. And JB is back. He only missed 1 game after going down early in that Cavs game. People thought our season was done, myself included. But we're back. Brunson is good, looks good. Caden Randall, Julius Randall's son is saying his dad can play. He's good to go. He started doing light contact work. Tibbs says Mitch looks good. We're back. We're back. And Dante is 4th all time for 3-pointers in a single season. And the best part about it is there's still a month left. This dude is gonna might break Evan Fournier's record for most threes in a season. The rest of the NBA, I'm gonna put you on notice right now. You better watch out for the Knicks. All right, that's gonna do it for this episode. Before I end it, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and mark your calendars. Every Wednesday and Saturday at 5 p.m. there will be an episode of the Sports Pod posted. All right, I'm your host, Ben Ballion, and that's going to do it for the Sports Pod.